Who am I to be unkind to anyone, ever? Even if they're spewing the most hate-filled, vile, mean, nasty speech, hate speech, who am I to be unkind to them? I don't have to agree with them. I don't have to support them. I don't even have to engage. But nothing gives me the right to be mean or hateful back. You know, fighting fire with fire in a real situation when dealing with actual fire might actually work. But when it comes to human beings interacting with each other, you don't fight fire with fire. You don't fight hate with hate. You don't fight violence with violence. You know, if somebody is actually threatening me or the people around me, my person or my family, with actual imminent physical danger or harm, then absolutely, I have a right to defend myself against that. But if it's just words, if it's just ideological, if it's just a belief system that I don't agree with, I don't have a right to be unkind. I don't have a right to be mean. I don't have a right to be nasty. So what I have to do, or what I get to do in that situation, is to make a choice. Do I want to engage with this person in a way that stirs up hatred and anger within my own mind and body, and then walk away with that same hatred and same anger stirring up inside of me? Or can I say what I need to say in a way that's honest and sincere, to verbalize my opinion or my point or my belief, to say that I disagree with them, and then walk away that way? Or do I even have to engage at all? I think what I'm really hoping to see in the future is the people that we select as our leaders and people that find themselves in a leadership position. I'm really looking for humility and kindness, you know, just to be able to disagree without being disagreeable. And that's kind of a cliche, but I'm really looking for that when I watch people or I follow people. There are certain people that I follow today very closely that are able to sit down and engage in a conversation for hours with somebody that they don't necessarily agree with. And it's still a great conversation. It's still a friendly exchange between two people with completely different opinions and two completely different belief systems. But the essence behind the conversation is to try to understand each other. And, you know, when I see that happening, it gets me very excited and very hopeful. And I want to engage with that more. I want to see people that can have conversations and be nice to each other without having to necessarily agree. So that's why I believe that the cure for hatred is love. And that's not a new thought. The cure for violence is peace. That's not a new thought. You know, if someone's physically attacking you or taking advantage of you in some way, we have a right to defend ourselves. But again, I think it's really important for me to distinguish between actual harm and just somebody saying something I don't agree with or something I don't believe in. Even if it's the most horrendous, hate-filled things coming out of their mouth, which could lead to violence if it goes unchecked, you know? But I don't have to respond with hatred, because ultimately at the end of the day, when I walk away from that, I bring all that venom with me, and I'm just hurting myself at the end of the day, you know? So when I'm engaging with people that, you know, it's a weird time. Surprisingly, people aren't like used to being around each other anymore. So when you put people in a group together out in society, I watch how people get very easily irritated and annoyed, and their patience is low. And I feel it as well. I get irritated more easily. I feel uncomfortable, which all stems from fear. But I really keep a conscious effort to be kind, you know? Because the truth is that I need everybody. That whether it's at the grocery store or the gas station or the customer support person on the phone or my neighbors or whoever, I need all these people in my life, because if all of a sudden I was the only one here, it would be a really sad, miserable existence. And also, if you just dropped me in the woods and told me to survive, I'd like to think that I could pull some like Tom Hanks shit in Castaway and survive, and be the hero of my own story. But I don't know if I could, to be honest. I might starve to death and die in the woods, having not caught but a single rabbit, if that. So it helps me to remain grateful. Whether I like people or I'm annoyed by people today, I need to be grateful that all these people are here, because collectively we help each other move forward. And if we can start to see that, if we can really start to focus on the good in people and how much we actually need each other, and that becomes like this core foundation for our society, how much we actually need each other, and stop focusing on small little groups that have hate in their hearts. It's really the minority. I think most people are kind. Most people are peaceful, and most people just want to achieve their goals and get through life in a nice, harmonious way. And so that's what I focus on when I go out. I know that everybody's out there just trying to do the best they can for the day, the best that they know how. And if that's not good enough for me, that's nobody's problem but my own. So lately in particular, really, truly, the last, I would say 6 to 8 months, focusing on being kind and being patient and understanding that so many people are terrified right now. And when people are fearful, they act out in crazy ways. So I keep that in my heart so that I don't lead with fear. I don't lead with anger. I don't lead with hatred. I go out and I lead with love, and I lead with kindness, and I lead with trying to understand what other people may be going through today. And I'll tell you what, that might be a whole bunch of nonsense, but for the most part, it leaves me feeling very peaceful and very content at the end of the day,